Hello gamers, Pat here, welcome to another video. In today's video we are going to talk about Sonic Mania and also the music, and more exactly, the Sonic Mania vinyl, the original soundtrack. But before that, I do recommend you to go to gamerpad.com. Link is also in the description, because I've been trying lately, every time I make a video, I'm trying to also make an article where I talk about what I'm going to speak, because I have the tendency to speak a lot, to ramble a lot when it comes to video. So that's why I'm also trying to kind of make it, in some, text form. And I'm also going to use this text form as one of my like a scenario, like a script. I'm going to read a little bit from it. Kind of, right? So anyway, the thing with Sonic Mania, it started back in 2016. I heard that there is going to be a new Sonic game out. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm a little bit excited, mainly because in 2016 I kind of got into this retro mode, and I actually bought my first Sega Mega Drive console, which actually got me really excited. I actually have a link in the article. We actually made a video with me trying to make the Sega Mega Drive work, and that was an adventure itself. But anyway, I was really into the retro stuff. So, hearing about Sonic Mania, I was like, yeah, okay, let's try it out. It seems to be like really cool, like really implementing some old ideas with new ideas. And okay, I'm really open to it. And I also, last year, I was starting to read, the Sega archives, which is by Imagine Publishing or something like that. They have like cool books like this, and they have like a lot of articles about the Sega games here, the Sega console, including about Sonic. And also, last year I kept reading about the wars between the Nintendo and the Sega, and it can kind of get me more interested into the retro stuff and games in general, because as some of you know, I'm passionate about game design. I want to see how the older games were, and what were some of the challenges and the stories behind some of those games, right? So um, when I was, last year during those retro research and stuff, I found Streets of Rage, Streets of Rage 2, which I knew about it, but I was running it into an emulator, and I heard the soundtrack, and the soundtrack was like, whoa, this is something else. I do want to buy the soundtrack on vinyl, because also last year I started to connect vinyls about new retro wave and video games music on vinyl. And Datadisc, the guy that made the pressing of the Streets of Rage 2 vinyl, the OC2 was sold out. But they announced a repress for this year, the summer of 2017. And while this date was coming by, they also announced the Sonic Mania OC2 on vinyl. This thing. And I was like, okay, like if I buy two things, I'm going to save a little bit more on shipping. But the only thing I heard about the Sonic Mania OC2 was basically only one song, which I actually linked in the article. The song is called Lights, Camera, Action, and the song was really, really amazing. I'm not sure if you can hear it. In my headset it's like really, really, really loud, but I can't. Oh, it should be loud with you, so I'm not going to play it, because anyway, it sounds like really, really, really good. I mean, my sound levels are a little mixed up. And should I order a vinyl based on only one song? And I decided to go with it. And when Sonic Mania finally came out, because I also loved the song, because people were saying how great the game is, I decided to also buy Sonic Mania, and I started to play it. And the thing with Sonic is that I was never really a Sonic fan. I found it a little bit confusing, but to be fair, since I never had a Sega Mega Drive, a Sega Genesis in the US, I never had a console. I never gave Sonic a proper chance, because I always preferred to play other games. Like, I always find confusing the fact that you have to move fast, right? It was super fast, but you also had monsters that when you kill them, you get points. You have a score system, right? But there are also a lot of the rings. Do I also have to get all the rings? But it's also very fast, and the fact that the game is fast, it's making me lose some of those rings, and also lose some of the monsters that are giving me score. But also if I hit something, I lose all the rings and I'm trying to get them all back while I'm trying to get momentum of running again. It was like really confusing. So I actually went, I think I went on Reddit or in some place, and I asked like, how should I play Sonic? Like, help me understand like what's really the deal. And surprisingly, people didn't make fun of me, and they told me that it's important. You know, the monsters are not important. You know, they like the score itself. What's important is to finish the level. But you should have at least one gold ring on you, because if you get hit by a monster or some spice and you don't have rings on you for you to lose, you get you instantly lose a life. And with that in mind, I started to play the game. And yes, the game actually has like a couple of problems that I was scared about, and mostly it was the fact that you have the life system and you also have a timer. So if the timer reaches 10 minutes, you lose one life. If you have no lives, you get a game over screen and you start at the beginning of the act. And each level has 2 acts. So if you get at the second act and you lose your lives, you are going to start again from act number 1. So yeah, that was a little bit like, it always kept me on the edge. But before we get actually into the game itself, so I can show you actually the first level, I wanted to actually show you the vinyl itself. There are also pictures on the article on the website. And as you can see, it's looking simply beautiful. The cover itself also. And you know, the original soundtrack, it's actually like something like 1 hour and 40 minutes, while a normal vinyl at 33 rotations per minute, I believe, or revolutions per minute. Anyway, it's 44 minutes. So there are some songs that are not over here, but I'm pretty happy with the selection that they got on. And some people were not happy about it. I don't really care. It was pretty awesome. And this is the limited edition copy, which actually looks like this, and it's looking really awesome. And I'm really happy with my purchase. I'm really happy with my purchase of Streets of Rage 2 original soundtrack also, but that's another story for another video. Now let's actually go into the game itself. Hopefully the sounds are, it's still a little bit loud on my headset, but it should be also good on the video itself. So this is the game screen. It's actually looking great. Another thing that I should mention is that the game is actually fan-made. And there is like a super long story about it. I'm not going to get into it, but I'm going to recommend you to actually read it. It's basically like a programmer that did other ports for the Sonic games, and the level design is also a modder, and the sound guy is also a guy that created sounds. And basically Sega said, okay, do it, and I'm really happy that they've done it, because they actually did an amazing thing with this game. So let's actually look at the game itself. This is the level that actually made me, I mean, not hate the game, but stop playing the game, because this level, which is kind of at the end of the whole thing, maybe it's actually the last level, it has all the problems that I was afraid that it's going to have. And I'm not going to spoil you about the details exactly, but it's basically a level that's very confusing. It's a level where, because it's very confusing, I'm losing life. I'm losing actually time, which makes me lose life, and I have to do 2 acts, and it's because anyway. So I'm going to start with like a new save, which is actually this is a little bit of the story on how the game starts. I'm just going to do the first level and I will try to talk a little bit about the level. It's the level design, while anyway. But another thing with the Sonic was that, because of the fastness of everything, it made me confused on how will I reach the end. What if I don't find the end, because it's going to be very confusing. And as I've said, this is exactly what happens in the level that I actually stopped. I can't find the end of the level. But all the other levels have been perfectly crafted, and the level design has been so amazing. that I simply love the game. I really love the game. I've also been told that there are multiple paths to reach the end of the level, but if you try to keep it above of the level, you are going to get more rewards, but it's also going to be a little bit harder or a little bit easier. I kind of forgot, but I do remember seeing differences, and I actually tried on a couple of levels, try to do a jump that will keep me on the top level and not go below, because there were a couple of really nasty jumps below, and it kept me losing lives basically there. But I actually had stuff like that before. And another level that I want to mention, there was a level that was having water, and it was really annoying, because if you couldn't reach like a air bubble so you can breathe, you were actually just going to die directly, and you were losing lives directly if you are not fast enough. And that was like really annoying level for me. It wasn't too long, which was good, but at one point I found some kind of switch that if I pulled, the water got drained out, and I was like, holy shit, this is actually awesome. So let's actually try to do this level. I don't really remember this level. It's the first level anyway. What they've done, but I can't really, since I haven't played the Sonic before, you know, I played it but not like the proper way. The game takes levels from the past and they kind of got them here, but they improved the level themselves. Like this is like the iconic first level from the Sonic, right? One thing that's great in this Sonic is that you can go down like this, and you press A. Wait. And if you do this, you're going to charge yourself up, and when you release the button, bam! You actually get momentum and speed, and momentum is actually everything in this type of game, you know, like Sonic. And you can actually see it, how annoying it is when you sometimes stop, and it's kind of, oh, you see? And I lost the levels, and it's getting me confused and stuff like that, but it's actually... it's actually... it's hard to talk and play at the same time. But anyway, let's actually go. This is like a checkpoint, and it's great, because when you get there, if you somehow die, you start at this checkpoint again, and the checkpoints are in a lot of spots, and that's great because you don't have to start at the beginning of the level. Also, if you die, if I remember correctly, the timer doesn't reset, so it's important that those levels exist. And look, there is like a way to go up, but I can't really go up. I'm not sure really how to get up there. There are also a couple of secrets that allow you to get into some weird spots where you can find some mini games and such. And you see how fluid everything it is when you jump and you get and you go. When you get and when you go. But okay, let's go the other way around. We get more stuff. Hey, look, we found something which is like a power-up. I'm not really sure what this is doing. Oh, okay, it's giving me like a lot of speed. And the music changed. I can hear it being a little bit more alert. Yes, I have a lot of speed. And maybe, oh, maybe if you use some of this speed, it will allow you to get to some other higher ground places. And as I've said, like right now, I'm kind of, look, this ring... I found it before at one point, but not on my first try. It is one of the mini games, and the purpose is to catch the UFO, the thing that you see above. And every time you get those blue balls, you get a little bit more speed, and you also get more rings. But the first time, actually, for a long time, I didn't know exactly what I have to do, and I was just going in circles and trying to get everything. And now I'm on match 2. I'm trying to get even more speed so I can catch that UFO. But yeah, this is one of the mini games, and it's actually enjoyable. I'm not really complaining about it. It's kind of like a good reset that you are catching, you know, before, you know, you are in a 2D platform, and now you are moving into kind of like a 3D racing game, right? And the music, it's actually really enjoyable. It was like a really good blast from the past for me. It made me jiggle a little bit, and I don't want to sound like one of those nerds wannabes and so on, but this at the start of this year, you know, 2017, I was really burned out of video games. But again, that's a story for another video. But with Sonic, it actually made me want to start and play the game. and that's kind of important for me. So now we got this ring, which is great. Let's see what's speed. And the levels are so diverse. As I said, there were some levels underwater. There was a level that was with like a saloon team from Western, right? And this is like a boss, and the boss are pretty unique. Not hard to do, but you have to kind of catch what are their tricks. It's also important to have coins on you, because if you get hit, you are going to use some of the coins, and you do want to get them back, because if you get hit again, you don't want to lose the life. There was a boss at one point where the checkpoint didn't actually had too many coins, so I was also always starting the boss fight with something like 5 coins or something. Like it was like a little bit challenging, and again it kept me on the edge, and it also like was like the Act 2 boss, meaning that if I lose all the life, I have to start really from the beginning of the Act 1, and that was a little bit annoying for me. But anyway, let's also do this one real fast, so you get like a okay. You see, like, it's not really a big deal if you get hit, and this is like, look, we found another life because we explored. Like, right now I'm in danger because I have no rings, and if I get hit by something, I will lose that life that I just got. So which is why it's super important to always have coins on you. But as you saw, it's not really, while the speed is important, the game, it's not really about always having you know, going like I can going right now, right? I mean, I can stop, I can look around, I can as long as I don't, you know, lose the... Oh, okay, this is like another mini game. I have to get all the blue balls, and if I get them like this, yeah, something like this. If you somehow create kind of like a dead zone, and I lost. Never mind. It's hard to actually play and talk at this. Oh, yeah. I've seen the spikes, but I kind of don't want to play correctly right now. Like, for example, there were like those platforms above. You can actually stop and try to get there. And probably it will get you at some part of like a cool level or something. I only have one ring. So again, the exploration is there even if you have like speed. Ooh, I actually got an achievement too. I have no idea what the hell. I've never been here. Look, I got another life. I got coin power-ups. Okay. So yeah, I have never found this. Oops. I have never found this. I haven't lost any coins because I had like the power up that's giving you like a bubble. So yeah. Now I only need to find like how to get actually back. Because here, oh, never mind. You see, it's kind of like something like this, and it's actually another secret of, actually that's like the correct place to go. And once you actually learn the level itself, it's actually really I can't really go back now. It's actually like really enjoyable that you can actually finish the level with all the momentum and the speed, and it's really satisfying. So yeah, the game itself, look at how fast I'm going, and it's really fluid, and I'm going to kind of repeat myself a lot. And you kind of saw that was something there if I wasn't taking this path. So it really encourages you to play the game again and see what else will you find. Okay, this is another boss, and this is the end of Act 2. I'm not really sure what... I don't really remember what was the purpose of, like, how should I kill him? Okay. Okay, that's not like what you should do. Okay, something like this. I only have one ring, I'm finding more rings. Okay, is there a second part? Sometimes there is like a second part to the whole thing. Okay, I think there is. Or no. Oh, but I finished the act 2. So, yeah, let's actually see the second level so you can see some diversity since I, finished this whole thing. He's going down and... Okay, it's a little bit more of the story. And Chemical Plant is the second level. The music is different and it's also great, and the level itself is also looking like a different tile set, and that's great. If you lose momentum again, you go like this, and maybe you try to go, but I don't want to, or maybe you want to go back, because who knows what you're going to find. I can't really jump there. Okay, that's not really ideal. Lesson learned. So overall, even if you didn't like Sonic in the past because of reasons, like I didn't like Sonic myself because I found it confused. It is like a place that if you get catched when those squares are animating, you can actually die immediately, and that was like a little bit annoying. And I'm going to do it now. See, and I lost a life. There are a lot of spots like this when you can instantly die. And it was a little problem, but again, this is very subjective. It is very with me. I don't like to do stuff yet again without any kind of progression. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I like roguelite games, for example, where you do the same thing but you kind of learn the stuff. Like for example, I like Bloodborne, which is not roguelike, but even that I kept doing the same thing, I felt that I was learning the level itself. And the same thing applies here. You are going to learn the level itself, which is going to make things even more enjoyable. So it wasn't really such of a big deal. So anyway, I've rambled enough about this. Again, for me, Sonic Mania was an incredible game. The original soundtrack was amazing. I like it. I'm a guy that likes to buy things. I like to collect things, and the fact that Sonic Mania made me buy this because the soundtrack was incredible. I'm also like a plus. I'm also happy that I've read from the past and I've seen a game from the future, Sonic Mania from today, take stuff from the past and improve them and make a game that feels like the old but with new good elements. That's like also a plus. So anyway, this is it. Thank you guys for watching this. Don't forget to check gamerpad.com to actually see the written article. And if you have suggestions and other stuff, write in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.